Wary observations, righteous discussions, unite people. It's the Word Up Podcast, and I am your host, OMNIETC, Omni, etc. Listen, I'm here to talk about the video that we've all seen. Enough time has passed, everybody's seen it. And I was actually going to talk about it on the last one, but I felt like the discussion was getting longer. This was supposed to be an offshoot of that original discussion, but I'm gonna make it its own thing. So, as I said, this is the Word Up Podcast, and we are going to talk about Caresha Hood. Let's jump on in. If you could subscribe, hit the notification bell as well as the like. It really helps the channel out for the YouTube algorithm. And as I said, today we are going to be talking about Caresha Hood. I chose to use her mugshot because it was the easiest thing for me to grab. I really would have liked to use a better picture, but because it is and is not about her. The focal point of this discussion that I'd like to host today is not really about her, as I get these thoughts off. So to break down the story, Caresha Hood was late night, I think past 11 p.m. Caresha Hood was out with her son at it was like a hot dog stand, or one of those spots where you just pick up slices of pizza. It's like a made-to-order shack. It's really like a shack that they were at, getting some food way late at night, far too late for a 14-year-old child to be out. And Caresha, you know what I'm saying? We don't know this woman's background or anything like that. So that's why I say it's not really about her. But she was assaulted, unfortunately, gruesomely. It was terrible to see. I don't like it when men put their hands on women. If you yourself are being assaulted, it's one thing. But these were words had. I don't know. Now, none of us know how the altercation started. But a man got so emotional to say, if you say anything else, I'm knocking you out. Now, I don't understand what, I don't understand what a woman, I'm not going to say I don't understand what a woman can say to get a man that angry, because I do know a list of stuff comes to my mind that a woman can say to rile up a man and get him to be emotional to that extent. I do know. Men are physically violent. Women are verbally violent. Women are not violent. Violent isn't the word I wanted to use. Women are verbally abusive. As such, they are mentally abusive. Because what women say can tear away at a man to the point where he feels like fighting. To which I know to leave her standing there with herself so she can argue with herself long before I ever get into that state. I know that that's the move. The go-to move is not you punching a woman in the face because of something that she said. I don't care who you are. So, while any loss of life is terrible, any loss of life is terrible. My level of sympathy is way low under certain circumstances, and this is one of those circumstances. I can't be that sympathetic. You punched a woman in the face because of something that she said to you. You could have walked away. You told her to get her food and leave. You could have left, gone around the corner and waited for her to leave. but you felt like it's not your territory, it's not your shop. You felt like for some reason you had to stand your ground. For what purpose? There was nothing to gain, is my point. But we're going to get into it. I have the video pulled up for those that haven't seen, just for reference. I really don't care to watch this again, but just for reference for those who may have not seen. We're going to play it one time.
Get your food! Who? Get in the car? Who? Nay. Get your food! Get your food! If you say one more thing, I'm going to knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm going to knock you out.
Like, he's looking up in the sky. Why? It really doesn't make any sense. I don't know what happened beforehand. I don't know what she did to him, because I'm still of the mind that, she likely didn't say, before it got to this point, she likely didn't say a bunch of pleasant things. She didn't say, have a nice day. She didn't say, so something happened to elicit this response in the gentleman. Something happened. All right. Well, not so gentleman, but something happened. You know what I'm saying? Something had to have happened to elicit this sort of response. So I'm not letting that, go by either. Reaction that he gave warranted to what she was saying. Let's continue. And now here he goes. Man of his word, I'll give him that much. Now, what happens later on is the 14-year-old son that was with Miss Hood retrieved a firearm and shot this man in the back and killed him. And I gotta be honest, 100% honest. 100% honest. This is just me. I don't really care how you take it. I don't really care how you feel about it. My mother wouldn't have me out in the middle of a night to get any type of food. My mother would never do that. That's the first thing. Second thing, God rest her soul. Second thing is, under any circumstance you put your hands on my mother or any of my female loved ones, I'm shooting first, asking questions later, and I'll be mad standing over the body, still clicking off, wondering why bullets ain't coming out. I'm emptying the clip off rip, and we can sort everything else out later. If I was that 14-year-old boy, I'm emptying the clip, and I'm still clicking off, frustrated that more bullets aren't coming out. And we can sort the rest out later. We're talking about a 14-year-old child, which brings me to my next point, actually. And it was actually a point that I hinted at. This is my question when it comes to the fact that we champion single motherism and single motherhood and things of this nature. These particular situations where young men have to find themselves in situations where otherwise the father, the husband, would not even allow the situation to transpire. If she wanted to get pizza late at night or whatever they were there for, if she wanted to get food late at night, you know what I'm saying, me as her husband would be like, we got food here. I don't know we could order DoorDash, Uber Eats. We're not going to the store. I don't care. You're not going anywhere. It's too late out at night. I know as a man that is of the world and has been in the world for an extended period of time. I know what's out there. I know the possibility and the potential things that can happen. No, we ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. That's the first thing. So if the father was in the home, this wouldn't have happened at all. I 100% believe that this wouldn't happen at all. Matter of fact, if the mother wanted the food and the son wanted the food, the only other thing that I can see other than saying, nah, we ain't doing it, is the man go out and get it. Because I don't want the people that I care the most about to go out into the world late at night, because me being a well-versed man, me being savvy about the ways of the world and what time of night it is, I know what can potentially happen. And I don't want that for my loved ones. That's the first thing. Now, when we get there to the incident, so this situation wouldn't have even happened to begin with. Now, when we get to the incident of, the shooting, and thank God the charges have been dropped. Thank God the charges have been dropped. When we get to the shooting, this young boy was put in a situation that he shouldn't have been in. He shouldn't have been exposed to. He took a life at 14 years old. Now, I'm saying a lot of y'all out there might be desensitized to that fact. I'm from New Orleans, so it's man needed to do. As a matter of fact, I don't believe that man would be in that woman's face if a grown man if she was accompanied by a grown man. I don't think Brown, I don't think that man would be in her face if she was accompanied by another man. I seriously doubt it would happen. Seriously doubt it. If anything, those two men would sort it out, and it would have gone the way where the boy's father is, and why he's not in his life, and why he's not in the home. It's the first thing. That's why this is called Sins of the Father, because even though that mother had that young boy out all hours of the night where he shouldn't have been, just being real, he shouldn't have been in there. I don't see a good reason as to why that boy was involved in that. So even though the mother had him out there, and she shouldn't have, it's just my belief. You can believe what you want, but I believe she shouldn't have had him out there like that. So even though he was out there, even though she was out there, you know what I'm saying? If a man was in place, protecting his family like he's supposed to, I don't think this would have happened. Or those two gentlemen would have to fight it out. Either way. But under no circumstances do you hit my mother and I'm liable to shoot. I'm going to shoot you. You've gone past the point of physical altercation because you decided to pick a fight. You decided to hit a woman who didn't touch you, harm you, feel on you in any way, shape, or form. That's why I don't have I don't have any sympathy. Even though the loss of life, anytime a life is lost, we shouldn't be so desensitized to it, where we don't feel for that person on some level. I'm looking at it as, dude, your go-to move was to punch a woman in the face. Your go-to move was to put your hands on a woman. I don't believe it. So, the sins of the father. And another thing, if we go back the first 20 seconds, because get into the argument. I don't know what's going on with my. See, hold on. Because this is probably what's messing me up. Let me get some of these tabs out the way. All right, this was messing me up. Slow, because all of my stuff is going this way. Yeah, I got more frame drops. I don't know what's going on with my internet right now. My connection is sucking. My connection is being terrible. What? I'm going to have to hit the record button one time in case this drops further, because it looks like it's dropping further. I hate to interrupt the show. Yeah, I'm leaving. Leave. All of that. What else? Do I have anything downloading in the background? It feels like it. It feels like the bit rate is ridiculously low. I think the signal's gonna drop. I don't understand it. Hold on 1 second, folks. One second, hold on. I'm so tired of this internet. Well, no. There should be no reason then. I'm running a speed test real quick mid-show just to see what's going on. Yeah, I might have to just finish this recording and then stitch it together and re-upload, which is fine. I'll just do that later. Yeah, I have a lot of frames dropping, a lot of dropouts, and I don't understand why. Like, everything should be fine from a streaming perspective. Okay, the bitrate shot back up, which is basically the rate at which I stream. See, the download's good. The upload is fluctuating. And usually I have fantastic upload speed. So it shouldn't be like this. It should not be like this. All right. Got more dropping. But I should be able to play the video now, at least. I don't know what this nigga talking about. Pull up tonight. Nah, you don't pull up tonight. All right. Should be able to play this daggone video. And if I can't, then it should just... Which doesn't really make sense because I just played the video. Let's see. I'm tired of this, man. Okay.
Get your food.
See, she was talking to her son saying, get in the car.
Who? Get in the car? Who?
See, he's not even aware of anything. So this is what I'm saying. Like, this is exactly what I'm talking about, right? He's not even aware. He's not even aware of his surroundings or anything like that. To the point where he's like, who get in the car? She's not talking to you, sir. She's talking to her son, but you're not looking back. You're not seeing what's behind you. You have no situational awareness. This is not how men are to operate. So we have a middle age, probably late, I'm going to say late 20s, early 30s gentleman. I don't know what his actual age is. I didn't get into all of that. But he looks around late 20s, early 30s. He could actually be in his 40s. You know what? He could probably be, yeah, I'm going to say he's probably middle aged gentleman. The boy is 14. I'm just looking at the breakdown of the community and everything, right? The boy is 14. This man is twice his age, if not more. All right.
Nay.
Going back and forth with this woman.
Get your food. Get your food. If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out. Oh my grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
And why was that the go-to move? And his hands are down. Like he doesn't know how to fight. His hands are down. And then he's gonna go back. He doesn't know how to use his hands effectively. All right. And this is really what the point that I wanted to zero in on. We've got 3 generations. 3 generations in this one clip. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? We got 3 generations of black male. 3 generations of black men. 3. You got the boy that's 14. You know what I'm saying? You got the boy that's 14. You got the middle-aged gentleman. And this man right here with the black hanging out of his mouth, probably in his late 50s, early 60s. Why is it? This is what I don't understand, right? This is what I don't understand. Why did that gentleman just stand there when he saw that altercation? He didn't try to calm nothing down. He didn't try to de-escalate. He didn't try to separate the woman from the man. Now, I know there's a lot of men that believe that that women shouldn't be arguing with men in public, and I wholeheartedly agree because of situations like this. I'm a level-headed dude, but you're going to come across the wrong one day. And you may not have any backup. You may not have a 14-year-old son that's stepping into the role of your husband doing the man's position. This is how backwards we are as a community. This is how backwards we've gotten. This is how backwards we become. This is how backwards it's become. This is how backwards society and all of that has become because we have 14-year-old boys stepping into the role of a husband. And in a lot of cases, it stunts the growth, the actual growth of the 14-year-old boy, because the 14-year-old boy is supposed to be getting a lot of stuff out of his system, preparing himself to start building his life. He's supposed to look at examples. He's supposed to have examples set for him, but how can he have examples set for him? Look at the examples he has set for him. And everybody wants to blame the 14-year-old boy for shooting the man that's punching his mother in the face. Are you fucking out of your mind? Are you fucking out of your mind? There's been so much ridicule of the 14-year-old boy online. There's been so much ridicule of the 14-year-old boy that shot this man. When the 50-something and the 60-something-year-old dude with the black hanging out of his mouth and the earring in his ear didn't step in to de-escalate none of that. Hey, son, you don't need to be, you know what I'm saying, going back and forth with a woman. He could have said anything to divert the attention off of the woman. Now, he was probably afraid that everything that she got, he would have got. But why are we that scared as men? Why are we that afraid as men? Yes, she's in the wrong. She's in the wrong for even being there. Off top, she's in the wrong for even being there and being there with the child that's 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like that's wrong to begin with. But there's a phrase that I learned a while ago. I forget who was the first person. I know my father told me this, but I forget if he told me first or not. But we used to have a phrase when I was growing up: two wrongs don't make a right. So yeah, she's wrong for even being there. But the 30 some odd year old is wrong for hitting her in the face behind words. And this guy right here with the half grin, he wrong for just letting it happen, isn't it? And we're not even gonna bring up the fact that it's being recorded and nobody felt like stepping in. That's where we are as a community. We just do this. We just do this. This is what we do. It's like our default position is to, you know what I'm saying? I got everything. I didn't help shit out at all. I didn't help a damn thing. I ain't help nothing. I ain't gonna help her, but I'm gonna get the footage though. I'm gonna get the footage. I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna step in. That ain't my mama. I'm gonna just record her getting mollywopped in the face. What the fuck's wrong with people? I ain't gonna step in. He might have that thing on. That man was wearing skinny jeans. I ain't seen no clip poking out of his skinny jeans. He ain't had nothing on him. Matter of fact, I think he was running back to the car after he was running back to the car so that he could go get his thing. So I'm doubling down on that 14-year-old boy was right. The mother was wrong for having that kid in the position, but that kid did what he was supposed to do in that moment, because the first shot, he was starting to run back, and then, listen, I didn't mean to have this. That first shot, he was running back. After the first shot, he was running back, and then the kid shot him in his back. Because I'm not letting you go back to your car to get anything that's in it. I'm sorry. I'm in a concealed carry state. Nobody needs a permit to conceal carry out here. I assume everybody has that thing on them. And it's not who has the bigger gun, it's who's the quicker draw. I assume everybody has a gun on them at all times. It's not who has the bigger gun and it's who has the quicker draw. If you were going to be bold enough out of your mind to punch a woman in the face, you should have had the pistol on you. You shouldn't expect to just get away with hitting a woman in the face and think nothing's going to come of it. And this gentleman here, I'm going to go back to the video. This gentleman here, he's wrong. He's dead wrong. Just having black poking out his mouth, not doing that, like, dead wrong, bro. Dead wrong. Black poking out your mouth, you know what I'm saying, half smirk because you just watching the situation. You not trying to intervene or anything. If it was two men about to fight, you should intervene. You know what I'm saying? Or at least tell them to take it outside. They disrupting business. I would tell them, honestly, I would tell them to take it outside because I'm trying to get my double cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my double cheeseburger, fam. Can y'all take this outside while I get my double cheeseburger? If it was two men. If it's a man and a woman, she's out of her weight class. But probably not, because if you look at her mugshot, I think this was taken after, I believe, I could be wrong. I'm always open to the possibility that I'm wrong. But I believe this was taken right after, and I don't know what she looked like before, but this looks like there's minimal damage. I don't know if he actually did anything to her. It's another reason for me to believe that he doesn't know how to fight. Because after the first hit, we gonna break this all the way down. Damn it, I hate that I think like this sometimes, but damn it. I hate that I think like this sometimes. Okay. It's terrible that I'm running this back so many times.
Get in the car.
Okay, so he's gonna hit her.
Nay. Get your food. Get your food. If you say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
He's gonna hit
Oh my
her.
grandma, say one more thing, I'm gonna knock you out.
Okay, so he hit her in that moment. After the first thing, he's stumbling back and whatnot, so he must have really did something. Or at least he felt like it. Now, after you hit somebody, why are your hands down? That's how you know he must be drunk. He must something. He felt no reason to guard his face or anything. He didn't feel like anybody around him was going to step in or none of that. I don't know what he's got going on in his personal life, but it's very clear to me that whatever he has going on in his personal life, he was taking out on that woman. It's not okay. It's not okay. Because look, bro, your hands are down. And then he has to swing again. There you go again. You don't swing like that. I mean, hood dudes do, but someone that's actually got martial experience, anyone that's got any sort of martial training, knows that you're more than likely going to get your ass beat. For real, a lot of hood dudes don't know how to fight. They just know how to swing, but they don't know how to fight. Not fight. And I ain't talking about karate or Aikido, where the only person, you know what I'm saying, you need the person's cooperation in order to get the move off. I'm talking about just basic martial principles. Keep your hands up, keep your guards up. You know what I'm saying? Bob, weave. You know what I'm saying? Duck with the left, the right. You know what I mean? Like, the man he had no situational awareness. He had no idea, which is why he got shot the way that he did. So I believe the two generations of men in that incident, failed the 14-year-old boy. One, for that middle-aged man not having control of himself, and as such, he didn't have control of the situation. And then the elderly man that's just sitting there with the black hanging out of his mouth, just looking at it, not doing anything to help, to assist, to make sure that it didn't go down the way that it went down. Let me know what you think. That's just my take on it. I just wanted to react to it one time. That's my take. Let me know what you think about it. Okay. The screen froze for a second. That was weird. But anyway, folks, as I said, the two gentlemen failed that young man. The elder individual, as well as the middle-aged man. The middle-aged man clearly didn't have control of himself. As such, he didn't have control of the situation. The elderly man just watched and observed with the rest of us, and nobody stepped in before it got to that point. You should be able to see things before they happen and make sure everybody calms down and diffuse the situation before it happens. Be proactive, because when you're not proactive, everybody is reactive. And now we're all reacting to this when we could have been proactive. Let me know what you think. Wary observations, righteous discussions, unite people. It's the Word Up Podcast. I am your host, OMNI, ETC, Omni, etc. And let me know what you think below. Really want to open this up to be a discussion. I really like to hear your thoughts. Peace, love, health, wealth to you all. And we out.